Afternoon from the Clucker Dome at Country Road Cure. I'm over here at the 41.36 today. We are working on episode 2 of our Egg to Egg series. Anthony and Roxanne, if you don't know.
Here we are.
Yep, and the first video was on your channel a little bit ago. You came over and what did we do?
We learned a lot about chickens.
Yeah, we did. A lot. We got to look at all of Jeff's flocks that he has and go through all the different birds, and he would explain what these birds are good for, what those are good for, and we decided on what type of birds we're going to use for our eggs.
Yeah,
Yep,
our
you can see that video up here. I'll put a link down below also. So yeah, they a very well done tour of my place, and
I thought it was
you got to hold a rooster, and that was fun. So go have a look at that video.
There's a big rooster too.
Yeah, and this, so this series we're calling it From Egg to Egg, and so now they picked out the chickens, and now I gotta hatch the eggs. But then we're gonna be following this journey from those eggs being picked out and going into the incubator until they lay their first eggs over here in the Clucker Dome.
Yeah,
Exciting
it's going to
stuff.
be awesome.
Yeah.
Super
So
excited.
all right, I got to head back to my place, get those eggs in the incubator, and we will follow their hatching process. And you're going to learn some tips and tricks to hatching your own eggs for baby chicks today.
All right, can't wait, man.
All right.
Appreciate you, Jeff.
Yes, yes, yes. Anthony and Roxanne have just taken a look at the chickens and decided which chickens. So I've got some eggs from today, and we'll point them out. They're going to get some of these Morans that lay the really dark brown eggs, and then also some of these blue ones. I don't have a white, but the blue ones look more blue next to a white egg. So you're going to get those varieties, and let's. These are from today. So first tip. Wait 24 hours before you put eggs into an incubator. It gives them time to cool down to room temperature and also to finish whatever it is they need to finish doing. So we're not going to put these in, but I've already got eggs for you that I've been saving the past week, and let's go get them in the incubator.
Perfect.
It's a tiny cabin! One more tip before we get the eggs in the incubator. When you're saving eggs to go in the incubator, first you want to wait 24 hours. You can wait, I try to get mine in within a week. Sometimes you can wait several weeks before you put them in the incubator. But,
really? Wow.
Yeah, but the longer you wait, the lower your hatch rate goes. So it's best to get them within a week, but they can still hatch later on. But while you're waiting to put them in the incubator, you want to rotate them and flip them around side to side. So you're imitating what a mother hen would do when she's jumping in and out of the nest, or other hens are getting in and out. You don't want them just setting still. You want to rotate them side to side. And the reason for that is they'll stick to the eggshell and they'll develop, but then when they go to hatch, they're stuck to the shell and they're not going to be able to turn around like they need to in the egg to get out. So this is an important step that before you put those eggs in the incubator. I do this 2 or 3 times a day. Just set them up on something and you just walk by and tilt them around. So they're getting jostled a little bit before they go in the incubator.
Did not know that. That's a good tip.
Yeah, very good tip.
And you guys are wanting to incubate and have some of your own chicks in the future too.
Yes.
Hopefully you can share some of your knowledge in the
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, this is a good tip right here.
All right, let's get your eggs from egg to egg into the incubator, and then I'll be giving more tips and tricks throughout the video. So,
all right,
cool. All right, the eggs are ready to go, and Roxanne here is going to stick them in the incubator, which is warmed up and ready for the eggs. So go ahead and snag one. You might want to start towards the back. and you just lay it on the side.
Like,
Yep,
just like that?
yep. Either point in either direction.
It doesn't matter.
It does not matter.
All right.
All right, and keep going on down the line.
So, yeah, how do I space them out?
You'll fit 3 in each row.
3?
Yeah. And one thing, this type of turner, it slides them. So they sit on their side, as you can see there, and keep going. And it just kind of slides them along. When you think about a mother hen in a nest box, those eggs aren't pointing up and down. They're sitting on the side. And then when other hens get in there, they shuffle around and they kind of roll around. So that's what this type of egg turner does, is it pushes the eggs, you know, front and back, and it rolls them around and mimics the hen. All right, the bronze are in there. Now we're going for the white and true blue eggs.
It's good information.
Yeah, it is. And it's really easy to...
Yeah.
you know,
Surprisingly.
Yeah, so just
Put it in there. And hopefully you get some chickens.
yeah, and it pretty much does all the hard work.
Yeah. And then when you get a setup like me, once so you got 2 different varieties of chickens in there. Well, if you don't want them all to hatch together, you get another little one, and another little one, and another little one. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to put some green eggers in there to finish out that incubator. And if you guys want those, you can have them too.
Sweet. Thanks, Jeff.
All right, eggs in the incubator from egg to egg.
Yay.
You're on film, Grumpy. Grumpy's going to help me out. These are the most common types of incubators. And it's a, you know, styrofoam square. There are several different manufacturers, several different brands on these. This is a Incubator, and I'll zoom in on that in a minute. But when most people start out with something like this, I'm going to try not to get into big specifics, but just to give people a general idea. Some of them you can get fancy ones. They have digital thermometer and humidity readouts. This one just you have to use your own thermometer and your own humidity gauge. So yeah, it just depends on how much you want to spend. Chicken eggs take about 21 days to hatch. So from the time you put it in there, they're going to hatch at about 21 days. Now they can hatch as early as 19. They can hatch as late as 24. Take it easy, Grumpy. And so it's a variety, and you can also hatch, you know, quail and turkey and duck and geese and all kinds of stuff. Now the different eggs will have different requirements as far as temperature and the number of days until they hatch. But yeah, a good incubator, if you plan on doing, you know, a few batches a year, they sure do come in handy. There's the model number on this one. And this one just has a manual temperature control. So you've got to put a thermometer in the incubator and then, you know, monitor the temperature and turn that thing a little bit to adjust the temperature. So this one is more hands-on to get it the right temperature that you need. I got an egg turner with this one also. That's the little motor, and then it spins this little thing and slides this thin thing forward and back, and what that does is it rolls the eggs a little bit, mimicking what would happen in a nest box. Is the eggs would be laying on their side, and then as the mother, you know, moves around and stuff, the eggs would go back and forth. There are other types of egg turners, and those will tilt them from side to side. And people have used those with good success also. But you do need to turn the eggs for the first 18 days. For 18 days, if you don't have a turner, you're going to have to do it manually with your own hands, and do it quickly because you don't want to lose a lot of the temperature in there. So you can turn them by hand. These things are probably about 40 bucks for a turner, and they do make life easier. There are many types and sizes of incubators, so I can't really get into many specifics. This is a similar one to the one I just showed you, but this is more expensive. It has a control center which gives you the temperature and humidity readout, and it's also got a bigger window for displaying them. But I also use these smaller ones. For 18 days, you will be incubating them, and the eggs need to turn every single day for the first 18 days. But the last 3 days, you want to take the egg turner out for them to hatch. They don't need to be turned anymore after 18 days, and the turners can cause injuries to baby chicks. What I do is I can incubate, one of these will hold about 40 to 42 eggs with the turner in there, and then on day 18 you put them on lockdown, and I often put them in these smaller ones to hatch. So I might have different varieties, so I'll put one variety in there and another variety in there. That way when they hatch, I know who is who. What else can I tell you? But yeah, so have fun and enjoy incubating your eggs. During those first 18 days, you can get a sneak peek into the eggs to see if they are developing properly. They make special candlers. It's called candling an egg, and they do make special candlers. I just have a flashlight. I'll talk about this more later. But the reasons why, other than it's really cool to see the veins start to develop, is that if an egg doesn't develop, they can get a bacteria inside there instead of a baby chick, and if the bacteria takes over, an egg can actually explode in the incubator during hatching. So you want to get eggs that are not developing properly. You want to take them out of the incubator. Now, it's not very common. I've had it happen once inside an incubator while I was trying to hatch it, and that just creates a mess of all the other eggs that are about to hatch. And I've had it happen a couple times when I was taking eggs out of the incubator. So yeah, that is no fun. So candling does serve a good purpose to weed out the duds. You can remove the duds out of there, and then you've got no worries of an egg exploding. And it's not going to kill you or anything. It's just going to make a mess. So yeah, Anthony and Roxanne's eggs are going. About day 4 or 5, you can start to see the veins developing, and it's easier to see them on blue eggs than it is the dark brown eggs. But yeah, day 4 or 5, you can start candling them with a flashlight or a candler. You can start seeing the development, and you know, I do that a few times. So let's take a look at some baby chicks inside of the eggs during the first 18 days. This is what I use to candle the eggs. It's just a regular flashlight, a gift to me from S.A. On's Family Garden. Holder by Anchor. Yeah, very nice. But as you can see, the tip isn't very deep. So yeah, grab a toilet paper roll. I just cut off a section of toilet paper roll, put a slit in it. You can wrap a rubber band around there, and that way you've got some depth for the pointy end of the egg to go down so that you can seal off more of the light, and more of the light is directed into the egg. Yeah, mag lights are very similar to this type of flashlight, so yeah, something like this with a lot of power, and you can candle your eggs, even the dark ones. Sorry for the incubator noise in the background. That can be part of the downside of hatching your own eggs. Loud incubators. When it comes to monitoring the temperature and humidity of your incubator, more information is better. I'd suggest getting multiple sources of the temperature. Definitely multiple sources of the temperature, and if you can, multiple sources of the humidity. I've got these come in a 4-pack. They're pretty cheap. You can find them on the big online retailers. This one came as part of a incubator kit from incubatorwarehouse.com. They are not sponsoring me, although yeah, hit me up. And this is I've had it for years. It's a thermometer. Does not do humidity. I use the food thermometer to spot check during the course of the first 18 days. When you go into lockdown, you want to take these out of the incubators. You don't you don't want them starting to hatch with those in there, because you want to don't waste any money. And yeah, I use that to spot check them. Those I can leave in there the first 18 days, so having multiples really helps. That I can also use to spot check the humidity. You can tell the difference, and yep, just go with the flow. Okay, it is day 18. That means lockdown for Country Road Cure's future flock. And what lockdown is, the first 18 days, you are turning them every day. But on day 18, we call it lockdown, and that's when you stop turning them. You want to take the turner out of there. That'll save you cleaning, and it'll save baby chick injuries. And they don't need to be turned anymore. And what you're going to do is get your incubator to the correct humidity. A lot of people add a little bit of humidity for the last 3 days. So lockdown, the last 3 days, don't open your incubator. Don't change the temperature, and yeah, don't mess with it. It's on lockdown. And one of the reasons behind that is the change when you open the incubator. You'll change the temperature and the humidity, and that can be very sudden. There's a membrane between the baby chick and the shell of the egg, and if you have a drastic change in temperature and humidity, that membrane can shrink, and it can make it impossible for the baby chick to go on and hatch. So most people recommend you lock down on day 18, and then you don't open that incubator until you think all of the eggs have hatched that are going to hatch. So you might have a baby chick that hatches on day 20, but more than half of them still haven't hatched, and then day 22, 2 days later, a baby chick can stay in an incubator for 48 hours after they hatch. So you want to wait until most of your eggs have hatched before you start opening that incubator. I know it can be tempting. The first one hatches and dries off to grab it, and some people do that. Some people don't have any problems at all with violating the lockdown procedures. I'm just telling you what's recommended, and it's something that I do also. Is I try to avoid doing anything until most of the chicks have hatched. And chances are they're all going to hatch, is very similar time. So, but you can leave them. They have plenty of food and hydration stored up from their 21 days in an egg. They can make it, 4 or 5 days after they hatch before they're really going to be hungry and thirsty. They're very hardy, the baby chicks like that. Most of them are. Okay, so those eggs are on lockdown. Are they going to hatch? Let's see if we can catch some of them hatching. The baby chicks have started hatching. So I came over here helping you guys get set up for the arrival of your baby chicks. But that's going to be in the next video at Country Road Cure. So yeah, we'll be going shopping and getting ready. You guys think you're ready?
I'm ready.
I hope so.
All right.
All you can do is try, right?
Right.
Well, we got them successfully hatched. Not all of them. They are hatching, and you'll have to see the next video. Take it easy, everybody.
See you soon.